Philippe Coutinho had an immediate 2-goal lead at Manchester United later. You could hardly miss Philippe Coutinho around Villa Park. Kiosks were festooned with Brazil flags, and they were not there in honor of Douglas Luiz. Piles of Coutinho-franked tribute scarves were draped from display tables in the approach to a stadium, or there is visceral desire that the new superstar loanee will find Villa colours suit him better than Barcelona's version of burgundy and blue ever did. Coutinho's debut, his return to the Premier League 4 years after he joined Barcelona for more than £120 million from Liverpool, was a wonderful start personally. He scored the goal that rescued a point and had a decisive role, soon after he came off the bench, in the Jacob Ramsey strike that launched Villa's recovery from 2-0 down to Manchester United. The Villa manager, Steven Gerrard, so influential in bringing Coutinho to Villa, at least until mid-May, was delighted at the impact and the obvious drive Coutinho displayed in his 25 minutes of action. But Gerrard also knew that, but for individual mistakes, by Emiliano Martínez and Morgan Sanson, his team might not have had to come back from behind. Bruno Fernandes capitalized on those slip-ups for United, who had contributed equally to a zesty, spirited encounter. Coutinho had been introduced to Villa Park before kick-off. The red carpet rolled out for him on the big screen and in the manager's program note. "Phil is someone I know very well, having played with him," wrote Gerrard, "and he is simply an outstanding footballer. I know you as supporters are excited to see in action." Barely had he taken his seat on the bench than Coutinho would sense Gerrard's deep frustration at seeing his team concede a careless early goal against United for the second time in 6 days. In Monday's FA Cup defeat, Gerrard felt exasperated at the loose marking that allowed Scott McTominay to head in a cross. Here, a straightforward set piece, and a very poor goalkeeping error, gave United their advantage. There was some novelty in the way United approached the free kick, not far from the edge of the Villa penalty area. For one thing, there was no Ronaldo, absent nursing a hip problem, looming over this dead ball. Instead, Bruno and Alex Telles hatched a plan, Telles making a dummy run, and applying the faintest touch to the ball. Bruno then teed up a drive. Martínez positioned himself well enough to block it, but allowed the ball to squirm beneath him, and over the line before, crestfallen, he was able to react and scoop up the mess. Anthony Elanga, promoted to the starting lineup in Ronaldo's absence, might have doubled the lead, with a far post header after 12 minutes. The 19-year-old was lively, engaged in a combative duel with Matty Cash, and alert to the instructions regularly put his way by Fernandes, the senior man guiding the junior. On the opposite flank, the maturing junior Mason Greenwood was giving Lucas Digne, the less celebrated of Villa's January newcomers, some anxious moments, and Martínez redeemed himself with an authoritative save to keep out Greenwood. It took a while, but Villa gradually found their better attacking gears, Ollie Watkins finding space to shoot, albeit tamely, at David De Gea. More testing for the United goalkeeper would be Emi Buendia's glancing header, parried by the Spain player, and there was a reminder of what an elegant tool Digne's left foot can be, the Frenchman connecting, on the volley, with a deep cross from Cash, saved by De Gea. Digne carried Villa's improved momentum into the second half, setting up a Buendía effort that the Argentinian ought to have made more challenging for De Gea to block. A Digne effort rifled into the side netting, provoking expectant roars from the whole end. Alas for Villa, another unforced error would dampen the mood. Sanson's misjudged pass, in the Villa half, invited Fred to gild a little further his growing reputation as a vital creator for United. Fred seized on the stray ball and shuttled the opportunity onto Fernandes, who finished with almost exaggerated purpose. Fernandes had had a feisty time of it in a contest that was vigorous, sometimes bruising, and which regained suspense when Ramsey pulled a goal back for Villa, finishing off a move in which Coutinho had been the catalyst. It became an even better debut for the Brazilian when, meeting Ramsey's excellent center, left to right, he equalized. Star-manned Jacob Ramsey. Aston Villa, Martínez, Cash, concede, Mings, Digne, Sanson, Douglas Luiz, J. Ramsey, Watkins, Ings, Buendía. Manchester United, De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Varane, Telles, Fred, Matic, Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes, Elanga, Cavani. Substitutions: Aston Villa, K. Hausa, P. Coutinho, C. Chukwuemeka. Manchester United, J. Sancho, J. Lingard, D. Van de Beek.